Well, Clemson Tiger fans, college football fans, welcome back to another post-game live video with myself, TPC, and Jordan Bowman. Um, again, every game this season, I think I've said the same thing. It's not like we thought. At this point in time in the season, 4 games in, this is who this team is. They are not going to make any drastic improvements. I'm convinced of that at this point. And we got our butts kicked again in our home stadium. It's becoming a common thread with this Clemson Tiger team. There's nothing really good happening for the Clemson Tigers right now as far as it goes on the field. And this team is immensely talented. They're more talented than most of the teams that they're playing at this point, but they're consistently losing to those teams. So when you're putting up the performances that Clemson has so far this season, it doesn't really matter how talented you are. At this point, they just can't get it done. Jordan, I guess we'll start there. Starting 1-3 for the first time in Dabo Swinney's tenure. I can't remember how far you have to go back in order to find where Clemson has gone 1-3. But it certainly has not happened in Dabo Swinney's 17 seasons. That's for certain. This is the worst start of any Dabo Swinney football team. And I don't know where we go at this point. I think Clemson is at a point this season where I don't know if there are any answers this year. It certainly does not seem that way. We mentioned it during the live stream on the channel when we were doing the live game watch, the game stream for the second half, that it doesn't appear anybody on that sideline has any answers right now. You can see the frustration starting to boil over with some of the players. You can see it written all over Dabo Swinney's face, the frustration. It's not at all like we thought it was going to be this season. So here we are. It's going to be a long season. Clemson might not make a bowl game at this point in time, and you got to go way back for that to be the case. So, Jordan, your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I'll start off with this stat. I mean, Clemson has lost 4 of their last 5 home games. They have lost. They are 3-6 in their last 9 against Power 4 opponents. They have failed to score 30 points in all but one of those games, the ACC championship. They have. I mean, I should have prepared a list before we did it, because the number of stats that in streaks and new milestones in a bad way that this team is achieving is pretty incredible. And again, I knew this game was not going to be a 17-point win for Clemson. You and I both knew that.
Yeah.
But we still ended up looking dumb. We both picked a 3-point Clemson win. We knew it's Syracuse. They're going to, and this team has not played well against anybody all season. No chance this team is blowing somebody out, winning by 3 scores against anybody right now. No. And they validated us, and then they decided to go the extra mile and make us feel even worse about our predictions somehow. So that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, this is a team that doesn't have any answers. It doesn't look, you look on the field, everybody's confused, from your quarterback, from the head coach, your coordinators, the support staff, the assistant coaches, the entire roster. Like you look at the vibe and it just, everybody's scrambling and waiting for somebody else to come up with a solution. And that's what this team is right now. And they're probably all scrambling, looking for a solution, because they know that themselves individually are not it, or they don't know the solution, because there isn't one. Now, at least not this season. I don't see it. There's no fix for. There's no fix for your quarterback just not being able to see the field. I don't. There's no fix for that in one season. I mean, he's a fourth-year player that's getting paid $2.5 million this season, and he's been absolutely awful. And you're paying all this money to this highly touted defensive line that got absolutely used and abused, and especially in the first half of this football game. You're paying all this money to your stud linebackers that are that Wade Woodaz and Sammy Brown and all these guys, and this is the best. And, you feel really good about your corners. It's like none of that is showing up anywhere. I don't see anything that resembles a football team right now that was touted as much as it was in the preseason. And I'm at the point, like, I'm not even like mad. I'm past the point of being mad because Georgia Tech was a debacle on its own, and that kind of Troy was kind of the precursor. Like you were able to excuse LSU to a degree, but like at this point, like it's not even worth like getting upset over or mad over. It's just confusing. It's befuddling. It doesn't make a lot of sense. How we got here, and now the question is what. I really don't care what they do the rest of the season. I'm just going to be honest. Whether they decide to keep Cade or roll with Cade for the rest of the year, whether they decide to go youth movement and play a bunch of backups, I don't care what. It doesn't matter to me. The season is lost at this point. I'm going to watch. I'm going to hope they win. I'm going to root for them. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. But at this point, whatever they do is a wash, because I'm about to tell you what this program needs to realize and what they need to do moving forward when it comes to coaching hires, when it comes to roster construction, most importantly, and when it comes to getting this team prepared on a week-to-week basis. First and foremost, this team needs to stop emphasizing retention. I'm over it. It's a great in theory. You recruit through high school. You get guys that want to be in the program for a long time, and you develop them, and they you cycle up and you have a really good team. That was supposed to be this team. That was supposed to be this team, and you're seeing how that's worked out. This program needs to cut dead weight. I'm sorry. I hate talking about it like that because that's not the college football we grew up on. But this is the reality of what the best programs are doing. They are letting players walk that aren't worth paying. And this program is too scared to do that. And I get why. I understand Dabo's morals on that. I understand it leaves an icky feeling in people's mouths. I get that. It should. But that's the reality of what this sport is right now. You have to cut dead weight, and you always need to be looking to upgrade your roster. That is the reality. I'm not saying there's no room for developing guys out of high school. That is 100% not what I'm saying, because the best programs are still doing that too. The Georgias, Alabama used to do that. The Ohio States, the Texases, they are still doing that at an extremely high level. They're getting guys out of high school, but they also know when to let guys walk, and they know when they have a hole in their roster, or when they see somebody available in the transfer portal that they can go, it can make their team better. Yes, they need to be a culture fit. I get all that. I'm not saying you have to sacrifice, what you stand for as a program and all of that. But I'm done with the retention rates and all of that. It's meaningless at this point, because if you're not going to put a product on the field that's going to win football game, and I'm not even like talking national championship level good. I mean, that's not been the standard at Clemson for most of its history. I'm not even saying they need to be like national championship good, but they are 1-3. There are not many points at any point in Clemson's history where 1-3 is the standard or to be expected. And they did not play a murderer's row schedule in these 4 games. Yes, they played some good. LSU was a good team. Georgia Tech is a good team. And I guess Syracuse is. I'm not sure about Syracuse defensively. I mean, I don't think they're that good. I just think the Clemson's offense made them look that good. Like there's no excuse to be 1-3 in 4 games, and there's no excuse dating back to last season to have lost 4 or 5 home games. That has never been a standard at Clemson. Point blank. Period. It's never been a standard to be 3-6 in your last 9 games against Power 4 opponents. Never. So what this program needs to do, like I said, they need to cut dead weight. I'm done. If there's a guy that's sitting on the roster, especially if they've graduated and they're not, and they are not guys that you expect to compete for you or play for you, you got to let them go. You got to say, listen, I'm not saying like you need to force them out, but you need to have a conversation and be like, hey, listen, it might be best if you go somewhere else, where you get an opportunity to play, because I don't see a path to playing time here. You need to be able to have those conversations, and I don't think Clemson is doing that enough. You got to process some guys out. And you have to be thinking about how you can upgrade your roster year to year. Point blank. Period. I'm done. I'm over. I'm just over it. The player retention, the amount of money, the revenue sharing, the amount of dollars that you have invested in this program and invested in this roster, you are not even getting 1/10 of the return on investment. And I hate talking about this sport like that, like it's a business, but that's what it is now. These kids are getting paid, and they're getting paid a lot of money. Clemson invested a lot of money into this roster because they knew what this season meant. The donors, the fans, the infrastructure, the administration at the university, they all poured everything into this football team. And you're 1-3. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a lot of great points, Jordan. And, we kind of talked about it a little bit during the live stream of the game. And there need to be a lot of changes for this program, because what you're doing is not working. And I think a lot, if not all, Clemson fans heading into the 2025 season was willing to back Dabo in the way that he likes to conduct himself in college football. And all the off-field stats that he likes to point out and tout. And I think a lot of Clemson fans enjoy those stats, and we like those stats. But at the same time, the name of the game and the reason that you are so handsomely compensated is for results on the field. Yes, we want our players to have opportunities that they don't get at other programs. Yes, we want them to have Paul Journey and micro internships and all these things that are going to make them successful men once they're done playing football. Yes, all of those things are true. And I think every Clemson fan, if not most Clemson fans, agree with all of those things still. But we are at a point in time in college football where you can no longer compete the same way that you used to. And it is very clear with this team. There is so much talent on this roster right now. You can go down the list of guys that will be drafted this year. Make no mistake about it. They will still be drafted. Regardless of how bad Clemson is this year, there will be a large group of guys that will be drafted into the NFL after this season. Clemson's got to start going about things a different way. It's the only way to be competitive. And I'm not saying you got to lose your whole way and completely, do things the complete opposite way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to go become Florida State, where they're living and dying by the transfer portal every single year. But you got to live a lot more heavily in it than you do now. And you got to hold not only players accountable to how they play, because let's remember, okay, college football players are no longer the college football players of old. These guys are being paid, and they are being paid a lot of money. And unfortunately for these young kids that are getting paid a lot of money, there comes a lot more criticism. There comes a lot more expectation when you're getting paid versus when you're just a scholarship athlete and you're getting a free education. The criticism is very different. You can't have it both ways. You can't get paid and then still be criticized like you're just a scholarship athlete receiving a free education. The criticism is going to be greater. It's going to be different. This is the new world of college football, right? So this coaching staff has to pivot, and they have to hold people accountable, coaches and players. And if they're not doing their job, then maybe you don't need to be here anymore. And that doesn't feel good. It's not great. It's not what I grew up loving about college football. But unfortunately, the changes have happened. And if Clemson wants to continue to be competitive in major college football, changes have to be made. So I agree with you, Jordan. Some of the college football purists like ourselves that love, I love the older game of college football more than this, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter what you like more. I said it on the stream. What do you dislike more? You dislike the new version of college football where you may have to show some people the door? Or do you dislike losing more? Which one? Because if we continue down this road, we're seeing the results. It's not good. It's unacceptable. And this program feels like it's not sliding down the mountain. It feels like we're in a full-on tumble down the mountain right now. It feels like we're heading 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction. We have slid from that great run that we had in the 14 playoff era, right? We're not that program anymore. But we haven't been for the past 4 or 5 years, right? But we've maintained a certain level of competitiveness still since then, right? Mostly winning 10 games a year, sometimes 9, right? But mostly winning 10 games a year since then. It feels like we've fallen way further from that now. So we came down a couple rungs after that great playoff run. And now, we're looking up a steep cliff right now. And major changes have to happen. And the hard conversations are going to have to be made behind closed doors in that program if they want to be competitive in big boy college football right now. If you don't want to be competitive in big boy college football, well, then keep doing what you're doing. And you'll keep putting that product out on the field. That's just kind of where it is. It's unfortunate. But that's the reality. You can't bury your head in sand and pretend like it's not happening around you. It is. And when Syracuse walks in your house and beats the mess out of you in Death Valley, it's unacceptable. You said it in the stream, Jordan. It's a wonder this team didn't get blown out by LSU. The only reason they didn't is LSU's offense not nearly as good as everybody thought it was going to be this year. They've struggled to this point in the season. Otherwise, they probably would have.
Yep.
So, I don't know. As far as this season goes, I don't know what the answers are for this season. It's bad. And the defense probably had they had their worst game of the season. Specifically, that first half was terrible. Syracuse did whatever they wanted in that first half. They cleaned up a little bit in the second half. They gave the offense opportunities. And what happened? Right on cue, the offense can't do nothing with the football. Surprise, surprise. Zero complimentary football out of this Clemson Tiger team this year. And here we sit at 1-3 for the first time in who knows when. and the first time in Dabo Swinney's career as a Clemson head football coach. There are major problems in this organization. There are major problems in this program. And we paid Dabo Swinney a lot of money to figure those things out. And what I say last week on the All In Show, Jordan, when we were talking about Dabo Swinney's comments last week, when he went on his 20-minute tirade, I was like, you think the fans are loud now? Go 1-3 and see how loud it gets. Here we are. Here we are.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. I mean, this is an inflection point for this program, and I don't know what you have to ask all these questions. All right, I've never felt like I had to ask that about a Dabo Swinney football team, but do they check out? I am 100%. This team is on quit watch, like bar none. I could totally see them doing what like 2024 FSU did last season. I don't think they'll go 2-10. I'll say that. I don't think they're that bad. I don't think. I don't know that, but I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to go 2-10. But it's going to be that level of quit. So I mean, I don't care. Like I said, I don't really care what they do the rest of the season, because I mean, anything that I mean, obviously you want to try to win football games, because it's not good to recruit coming off of a 5-7 year.
Yeah.
But I'm not really even concerned with like who they play, how they play them, where they play them. Because I don't think the answers are there for this season. There's something deeper than just the roster and the players and the coaches that I think is just not going to see itself get fixed this season.
Yeah.
And I just that's kind of where we are.
I mean, this. Who knows how many losses are coming? And I know I said that last week, but I mean, you mentioned Florida State from a year ago. That could be Clemson this year. It very well could be. And I don't think I ever would have believed that from a Dabo Swinney coach team. But this team, they look like they quit. They look like they're done. They don't want to be there. And I said it last week. At what point do some of these players that know that they're going to the NFL, at what point do they start checking out?
Yep.
I think we may have found our answer.
I think so too. But you know who hasn't checked out? Our new channel members.
Right.
Want to give them a quick shout out. Yeah, we can be Debbie Downers, but I'm gonna flip the switch for a little bit, because I do want to show love to two people who joined the channel today. Thank you, Paul E. He joined earlier today, became a YouTube member. Thank you so much for choosing to support the channel on a monthly basis. It helps us more than you know, and we will be pushing out content to you guys for the channel members exclusively. So y'all stay tuned for that. Like the game stream that we just did, that'll be at least typically that'll be a channel member only exclusive content. And also shout out to Adam Watford, who was asking us how to join during the stream, and he went ahead and pulled the trigger. We appreciate that, man. It's awesome. You're definitely trying to continue to build the community that we have here. We have a loyal group of listeners. And now, I mean, we've got 200 people in here now. So, I'm sure a lot of you are new or aren't subscribed to the channel. If you like what me and TPC do here, we do go live for the All In Show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So if you are just a college football fan, you want to hear the Clemson fan perspective, you want to see us crash out and get mad and upset, we don't typically get mad or upset, but we might be reaching our breaking point here. Then feel free to subscribe, consider subscribing, and hit the like button for us on this stream as well, because it does help the channel a ton. And my Clemson fans, consider joining the channel member like Paulie and Adam Watford went ahead and did. Thank you guys so much for your contributions. All right.
Yeah, guys. Big thanks. Appreciate you.
All right. Pivoting back to Debbie Downer. I guess, we haven't gotten a chance to hear the Dabo presser. I'm sure it's still, it's probably ongoing now, or don't even want to check my phone at this point. I'm scared to open Twitter, just knowing what I'll see. I'm probably at the point where I'm going to mute the words Clemson and Dabo for a little bit. I really am not sure if I'm prepared to hear it, but I know I need to listen to it, because I just, I can only imagine what his psyche is right now. I mean, you saw him at the end of the game, on the field. Obviously they were gathering at the Paul. I mean, the look on his face. The emotions and the thoughts that were swirling in his head. I can't even imagine.
I think, like, being completely honest, I think he's had a loss.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's part of him that has no clue. Like, he does not understand why this team is performing this way. I think he's at a loss. I think he's probably very angry. He knows what's coming from the media. He knows what's coming from the fans. Those thoughts are probably in his head in that moment. A lot. But we've had two games. We've had two home games in Death Valley look terrible. And there's weather and lightning delays, and, the fans, the stadium looks barren. It's been one hit after another this year. And I don't know. There's no real turning it around at this point. You've kind of dug yourself into a hole where there's not a whole lot left for you this season. You're not going to the ACC championship game. Even if Clemson was to turn it around right now and all of a sudden start playing like the Clemson we thought they would be coming into the season, you got nothing left really this year. And that's going to be very difficult to manage that locker room and motivate that locker room and get them to a place where there are people not quitting, there are people still competing. That's going to be a tough task. That's going to be a tall order for that coaching staff. But you have to. You got to keep playing. You can't quit 4 weeks into the season. Unfortunately for Clemson, they can't just cancel the rest of the season. They got to continue playing football games and probably losing football games. But it looked like some players quit on the field. Let's be honest. Let's just keep it 100. It looked like there was a whole bunch of, we don't know what the hell to do on the sideline from coaches.
No answers, man. And to add insult to injury, I just watched Hollywood Smothers run for 51 yards for a touchdown. I mean, NC State is making offense look easier than you do.
Yeah.
Isn't their offensive coordinator? Their offensive coordinator is Kurt Roper, I think. And those of you that don't know that name or aren't familiar, Kurt Roper. I remember when he was the offensive coordinator at South Carolina.
Yeah.
He was one of the and they ran him out of. They hated him so they wanted him gone. Why is every single team that I turn on the tape and turn on the TV, they make offense look easy.
Nothing looks easy at Clemson. Nothing looks easy.
other than giving the football to Adam Randall, there was nothing they did well that they got consistently. You threw 60 passes. How many? What was the exact total? He was right at hit about the 60-yard mark, 60 attempts mark.
He was. Hold on. $61. 37 for 61 for 363 yards. Put up 503 yards of total offense. Had 22 rushes for 140 yards. Ran the ball efficiently today. 6.4 yards a carry. Thanks to Adam Randall.
But we're better off.
Adam Randall had 16 carries for 130 yards.
Yeah. Sounds about right. I mean, like when is the last time a Clemson quarterback has thrown that far, that many points? You see, I'm ready to fall asleep and pretend this never happened. When is the last time a Clemson quarterback has thrown this many times? I mean, Cade threw like 50 passes against Tennessee in his first start, which we rightfully so railed Brandon Streeter for. Yeah. But Brandon Streeter's offenses look better than this, especially in 2022. Well, I'm saying he was only offensive coordinator for 1 year. His 1 year as offensive coordinator with DJ Uyunglele as his quarterback was much more consistent and much more effective moving the football than this one is.
And you didn't have great wide receiver play that year either.
No, it was Antonio Williams and a bunch of Jags.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm at, it's just, Adam mentions Deshaun against Pitt. Yeah, Deshaun threw the ball like 70 times in that game. Literally like 70 times. I think he threw right at 70 passes. I think he was like 50. I think about that stat line all the time. I think he was like 52 of 70, and he set the Clemson record for passing yards in a game. Of course, he lost. But yeah, trip down. I would say, man, how good we had it then. Even in an upset home loss to Pitt. Yeah, things were much better. So and obviously, with considering how that season ended.
Yeah, we had it so good. But talking about Cade Klubnik, Jordan, I think we need to have the conversation. I see people mention it in the chat. Is it time to make a change at quarterback? Is it time to give somebody another opportunity? I think it's a valid question.
I wouldn't. If Dabo came out tomorrow and said we're starting Chris Bozzina next week, or next game, I'd be okay with it. I'm not.
I'm not saying that would be the answer, or the offense would magically be any better. It's not what I'm saying at all. But I mean, at what point do you just stop doing the same thing over and over again and hope that something or somebody gives you a spark? I don't know. I'm not saying Chris Bozzina is any better than Cade. I don't know what he is.
Yeah,
to be completely honest.
I really don't. I mean, I don't. If they decide to roll with Cade the entire season, whatever. I mean, it's. I don't care what they do. I'm just because they don't have the answers this season. It seems pretty clear. Hey, throw Bozzina out there and he looks good. Great. Yeah, that definitely that would ease my mind a little bit. I mean, if you feel like you might actually have a quarterback for next season, but as it stands right now, I don't have confidence that if they make that move, it's going to make much of a difference. Maybe it does. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, listen, we bashed Dabo for not starting Cade earlier in his career when DJ was struggling, and then you saw what Cade looked like in 2023, and you're like, oh, that's why he wasn't playing last season.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, I get that he's a $2.5 million quarterback, but that money's already spent. You can't get it back. So I don't really care how much he was paid.
I mean, I guess it depends on how it's structured. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the details for that. Those are never made public, or yeah. I don't even have I couldn't. There's not even somebody I could ask that would give me that information. So I mean,
but my point is I don't care if it was all paid up front. If there's somebody that could give you a spark behind him, and again, I don't know if that person exists on the roster right now.
Yeah,
but I could care less how much you paid him. Bench him. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Cade is elite. Don't blame him. The fans left.
I was just going to let that comment go. I wasn't even going to mention that. But anyway, I think that like I said, it doesn't matter to me what they do, because you're at a point now. Your season, your goals are pretty much effectively over. I mean, there's no chance.
Every single one of them is over right now,
yeah,
except for two, right?
Yeah.
There's only two goals you could possibly finish the season and accomplish. One is winning the state, beating South Carolina, and then winning your closer, winning the last game of the season, whatever that is.
Shoot, South Carolina might be the last game of the season.
It very well could be. You might accomplish both those goals in once. You find a way to beat them. But those are literally Clemson's only two goals left on the table. That's it.
I mean, I see people criticizing the fans. I mean, the fan. I don't know how you could sit here and get upset at the fans. They've put a terrible product on the field. I don't understand. It was a lightning delay. That I mean, I don't. A good amount of people stayed, even when they were down 20 points. And Dabo himself, after the Troy game, was like, hey, I was with the fans booing them. So I mean, being upset at poor performance, I mean, that should be expected. And wow, man, 4th and 1, Duke just hits a big play. I mean, everybody makes offense look makes offense look easy. I don't even know who is Chase Top. Is that even? They didn't even get. That's not even the right guy. The 7-yard touchdown reception, that was 35 yards. What? I don't know. ESPN's on crack. But between the audio problems that they had in the middle of the game, I don't know. But anyways, I'm at the point where, this season, I'm going to root for them to win every football game. Yeah. I'm going to remove any and all expectations. I'm going to remove any and all hope or expectation that they'll find some magic lineup change or scheme change that all of a sudden they're going to rattle off 8 straight wins and salvage the season. I'm not even. That's not a thought in my mind right now.
It's not because
even when this team was 4-4 2 years ago, they lost to NC State and they were 4-4. That team showed a lot more heart and a lot more fight in the games they lost than this one does.
Yeah,
and that team wasn't nearly as talented. I mean, obviously, you still had the same quarterback, but offensive line was a mess. Will Shipley and Phil. I mean, you couldn't really run the football that well. Your receivers were all in. Antonio Williams was out most of the year. Your receivers weren't very good. The defense was about the only thing keeping you in football games. That team showed a lot more fight and want to than this one does. And there are a lot of the same players from that 2023 team are on this team. You see K. Klubnik,
I can't
Peter
tell.
Woods, TJ Parker, DeMonte Capehart, like Adam Randall was on that team, who is like the only guy between him and Wesco. They seem like the only guys on offense that care, at least the only starters on offense that care.
Yeah.
Shout out Tristan Smith.
Yeah, he cares. He cares.
And
he had one catch today, and bullied a whole bunch of DBs out there.
Yep.
Took about 5 of them to take him down. But no, we can't get that guy any more touches, right?
Yeah, no. Wade Woodaz was on that
couldn't
team.
Possibly find a role for him in the offense. No.
Mm-hmm. No, it's too much to ask.
Yeah. That would take too much creativity and, brain power, and you'd have to I don't know, figure something out.
Yeah, you have to put him on the field. Wade Woodaz was on that team. Avion Terrell was on that team. Shelton Lewis was on that team. Khalil Barnes was on that team. Like all of those, like this.
I tell you what, that team would beat this team.
Yes.
That team would beat this team.
Yes, the 2023 version of this team would beat this team. And that's crazy to say.
Yeah, it is. Carson gets in with a $5 super chat. Thank you for supporting the show, Carson. He said, if Dabo ain't going to fully commit to the portal or NIL, it's time to go. Why does Tiger Nation have to die on his hill? You make a good point.
Carson. The university has hitched their wagon, and the administration, the athletic department, they've hitched their wagon. That's the reality. As far as Dabo Swinney is concerned, and his future at Clemson, at this point, I'm not going to argue with people that think he should be fired. I'm past arguing against that. Yeah, if you feel that way, I think that's a valid opinion to have. I'm not there yet. But it's really about, what he does this offseason and whether or not he fully commits to running this program the way you have to run your program in order to.
I think for us, and I think we both kind of think the same way when it comes to this. It's really about real change this offseason. Not, I got rid of this coach and put this coach in and that little bit of things. Like, do some of those things need to happen? Yeah, probably. But I think me and you are both referring to like real change within the program, like a pivot from some of the things that you've been doing to some things that match a little bit more closely with the current world in college football that we live in. So
100% agree. Yeah. I'm not, this is not I'm not going to be a fire Dabo Swinney guy.
I'm not there yet, but
it really it's a fact of, this program has invested a ton in him. This football program, he's the greatest football coach and arguably the greatest athletic coach in general to ever step foot on Clemson University. And what he's accomplished and what he's meant to this university goes beyond even national championships and athletic success. So I want to make that 100% clear. You can't even quantify what his success has brought to not just the athletic program, but the university as a whole. I don't think you can understate that. But I think, part of that is that's why I think it would be a tough thing to do. And I'm not sure if that would be the best thing to do. But again, I'm not going to argue against somebody that does feel like that's what Clemson needs to do. But me personally, I'm not there yet, because as I've seen in previous at other programs, sometimes the grass isn't always greener. And some longtime coaches that were pretty consistent and pretty successful that got pushed out ended up being far worse off afterward, and some of them still haven't recovered.
Yeah.
Wow. And shoot, is that another big run from Hollywood Smothers? Man, he's so good. Man, I can't believe I'm at a point where I'm jealous watching Duke and NC State's offenses.
Yeah, they certainly look a whole lot better than ours. Ain't no doubt about that. But again, it's not very hard to look better than ours.
No, it's not. I mean, but yeah, I
tell you what though, as much as people were worried about Adam Randall in the offseason being a running back, he is not the problem.
No, he's not. I mean, tough fumble today, but I mean, you were already.
You
already
hate
in
to
the
see
hole.
that happen, but you also got to give the defense a little credit on that play. That was a great punch of the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, he squarely punched that ball right out of there. But yeah, Adam Randall's not the problem.
Yep. My biggest thing is giving. I mean, largely when you've given Adam Randall the football this season, good things have happened. Problem is you can't play him every snap. I mean, you just feasibly can't. And the fact that this team doesn't trust any of their other backs enough to give carries and give meaningful snaps is still a problem. So like I'm all for giving Adam Randall the football. I'm happy that he's having the season he is, despite the results on the field not being very good. I hope he gets an opportunity at the next level because I mean he's everything you want in terms of a player and just willing to do anything for the team. I mean a lot of guys that followed his career path would have transferred a long time ago. So yes. I mean I have appreciation for the guys that are truly committed beyond the dollar figures that they're receiving, because I know Adam Randall's not getting paid as much as Peter Woods or TJ Parker or Cade Klubnik. That's for sure.
Certainly not. But he's certainly outperforming all of those players.
Yes.
That's 100%. What he is doing. And so is Will Hill.
Yep. Hopefully he's okay.
I hope he's all right.
He seems to be the only one on your defensive line that is, consistent on making an impact
every single play. Yeah, he's definitely the only one. The only one.
Oh wow, they blocked the field goal.
Big John, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate your support of the channel. We have players. We don't have a team. Who is the player/coach like Christian Wilkins? That person doesn't exist on Clemson right now. That person doesn't exist.
Don't see anybody on either side of the football.
You don't have player leaders like that on your team right now. They don't exist. Because if they did, you wouldn't be 1-3. They don't exist on this team. And they're not magically going to become that sort of leader during the 5th game of the season. So that's the short answer. They don't exist.
And it's funny because we talked ad nauseum about the shortcomings, defensively specifically, like the shortcomings of Wes Goodwin and how and how he just wasn't able to get bring that fire out of guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you have anybody that can do that. Apparently, maybe this team just doesn't have any fire, and maybe that's the thing. And that kind of goes back to, if you don't have the guys that are going to play with the intensity, the passion, and the drive necessary to win football games, then you let them go. I don't care what the star ranking is.
That's kind of where I'm at partially. Is because you got dudes that are bringing the fire, coaching wise, right? Like you telling me Tom Allen ain't coming to the facility every day, bringing the fire. You telling me Ben Boulware isn't bringing the fire every single day? We know better. We saw that dude play. That dude bleeds orange, man. Like he is a Clemson guy through and through. I know for a fact that guy's bringing the juice every single day. But there ain't no players here with that kind of leadership that's bringing that kind of juice.
Nope.
They don't exist. They do not exist. And maybe part of that is the new age of college football. Maybe part of that is because they are getting paid so much now. Maybe they don't approach the game with the same level of hunger and attitude and that dog mentality that a lot of other guys used to when they were trying to make it to the league because they wanted that paycheck. They wanted to get their family out of a certain situation, or, they wanted to make it there. Now they're becoming millionaires before they ever play any real college football snaps. So maybe that does change kind of the mentality. I guess it is harder to get jacked up and be an absolute maniac on the field when you got $1 million sitting in the bank. That probably is more difficult. I don't know, but they ain't got it around here. I can tell you that.
I mean, I see other programs with larger NIL chests than Clemson that seem to be able to get more out of the guys that they're paying than this team. It's something I really don't know what the answer is, because but it's clear they don't play with they don't play with that fire no matter what they do in practice, and that's concerning. And where's you ask yourself, where's the disconnect? And I don't know, because it's on so many different fronts. I wanted to highlight this one because Sam made me laugh here. We are sorry the team played so bad, Dabo. Please don't yell at us on Tuesday. Please, we know you are the best there ever was. I promise we will do better.
Oh. Yeah, that's Jordan. That's who we ain't got on. Since we started the post-game live show here, fans got to do better, man. They just ain't doing good enough. We're not spending enough time in the film room. We're not practicing enough. We're not being excited enough. We're just not fanning good enough, and that's on us. So, we'd probably be 4-0 if the fans would be a little bit better. Yeah, we'd probably be 4-0. But
100%.
We're too busy out here being Tyler from Spartanburg, and tearing everything down. That's a good one. Yeah, appreciate that comment. Bring a little lightness to the room there.
This NC State Duke game is drunk. What in the world?
It's crazy. They're absolutely nuts.
I love. I mean, we're both North Carolina residents, so we know how these triangle rivalries go.
Yeah, they're wild, man.
Yeah, it's funny. All right.
This a UK post? What? I don't know what that means.
Does he mean Kentucky? I don't think so.
No, I don't think we've talked about Kentucky yet, but I guess we could.
Yeah, I'd enjoy talking Kentucky football more than Clemson right about now.
Than anything Clemson's got going on right now. At least they mustered a fight against Ole Miss.
Oh, he's saying we sound like Kentucky fans.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I guess Stoops. I think Stoops has probably criticized the fan base before, maybe similar to Dabo has. But
yeah, that sounds about right. Bobby Durkins isn't happy either. I'm sure he's not.
Yeah,
Bobby Durkins is probably flipping over his truck right now.
Yeah, probably going to go ask to kill a few extra cats for the community.
Yeah, he's going to go berserk on them cats on Monday.
Yep.
He's probably going to kill a couple thousand of them.
Yep.
Just to get his get backs.
Yeah. They're not tigers, but they're some type of cat.
Yeah.
He's getting
shout out Bobby Durkins and Brian Knight.
Brian Knight, absolutely.
Creator behind the Bobby Durkins character.
Yes. Y'all go subscribe to him. I'm sure he's going off right now too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's going off. Yeah, make sure you guys check out his channel as well. You don't leave here, but you can check his channel out too.
Yeah,
just kidding.
Over Clemson Football Live.
Yeah, Clemson Football Live. Search it on YouTube. Jason Hart, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate your support. It says Nebraska, the University of Florida, Alabama all went downhill after their legendary coach left. We will be the first to have their dynasty end with the same coach.
Well, I mean, Bobby Bowden.
Yeah, Bobby Bowden kind of did it at Florida State. They were not anywhere close to what they were under the height of Bobby Bowden.
Yeah, towards the end there. I mean, Jimbo got him back up in a few years, but they definitely weren't that good towards the back end of of his tenure. I mean, who else? I mean, Virginia Tech was starting to they were starting to tail off a little bit.
Yeah, towards the end of
Frank Beamer. But
career.
But I can't call them a dynasty. They didn't really win a championship, but they were very good they were consistently pretty good for a long time. Who else?
Somebody in the chat said Jimbo Fisher. Yeah, he did kill Florida State.
Yeah, I can't call Jimbo.
It wasn't a dynasty, but I mean, he did win a national championship there.
Yeah, he won a national champ, but he does. I don't think they weren't good for long enough to be considered a dynasty.
He wasn't a dynasty, but yeah, he definitely gave Florida State the old middle finger on the way out.
Yeah, and that's they took them forever.
And then went and stole Texas A&M all their money.
Yeah,
and they gave them the middle finger too.
Yeah. Oh, Jimbo.
That man stole more money from college football programs than maybe anybody. What was his buyout? Was it 70 million?
It's 70 million, something like that.
Good Lord.
Norvell's is like 80.
Texas A&M got different money out there. They got different money out there. I don't know how their money works.
Yeah.
They got different money out there. It ain't the same money we working with. I can tell you that.
But thank you, Jason.
NFY says we'll trade you for Stoops. No, not a chance.
I mean, we're just circling the wagons there.
Yeah. The football's pissing me off, but not that much.
Yeah. No, thanks. Yeah, Joe Paterno at the end too. Yeah, it wasn't very good. There's at least I won't read that last part, but that's true too. Let's see. We got all sorts of fan bases in here. We got
man.
We got Miami fans. We got LSU.
Ready to we
got a Tennessee fan
attending the funeral of Clemson football. Right?
Yeah.
me and Jordan are conducting the eulogy.
The eulogy, yeah.
Clemson football. It has officially died as far as the 2025 season goes.
Yeah.
And we might be so dead, Uncle Lou may leave us off the "your season is over" video just because we're so bad we're not even worth talking about.
Yeah, John says, all those at the end examples were old guys too. Yeah, I mean Dabo's he's not even 60 yet. So I mean you can't. It's like the rise and fall. I mean, in reality, it has been relatively quick when you compare it to other, Hall of Fame coaches that were at one school for a long time. So. Let's see.
Michael Foster says it's so bad at this point it's funny. It is comical watching this team play sometimes.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you either let it piss you off and you want to, throw something through your TV, or you just sit back and laugh at it because, man.
That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing, man, when we were streaming the Troy game. That was.
Oh, yeah. I was laughing.
Yeah, you were.
It was crazy.
the batted pick six.
Yeah,
that was
batted pick six by the D line. Oh man, I was like, you got to be kidding me. This ain't even real anymore.
Yep.
NFY said he'll check back after Dabo screams. Yeah. We'll get our weekly chewing out because we don't support good enough.
Yeah, well, it's our fault.
Bob says, "Yep, just a couple of plays from 4-0." Yeah, that's what me and Jordan were saying in the live stream. We're just a couple of plays away. If Kate would have made a better throw on the last drive, maybe we could have. No.
Adam asks, would you rather see Vizina or Denson get snaps? Like I said, I don't care what they do. I mean, if they decide to make a quarterback change, great. I don't.
Honestly, that depends probably on what you're going to do offensively.
Yeah.
Obviously, Denson is the more athletic, run around, kind of improvised type of QB. Vizina, not so much, right? Not that he can't move, but definitely more of a traditional passer there. So I guess it would depend.
He's bigger. I mean, because I think Vizina can run, but
I'm not saying he can't run.
He's not Chris Denson.
Compared to Chris Denson, he's not that style of QB. Yeah. He's not a true dual threat guy. But yes, he can move. He's athletic enough to escape the pocket and make some plays on the ground.
Baby Josh Allen. That's what he is.
Oh, baby Josh Allen. But Chris Denson is definitely a run around improviser. Make a play out of nothing type of QB. Honestly, I don't know if any of it will help at this point. And frankly, it really doesn't matter the rest of the year. I want them to win, but it's looking like that's going to be few and far between.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Billy Cotton in here. Of course he would show.
My favorite. Billy's my favorite.
Our resident South Carolina fan. Come to dump on the Tigers, I see. We appreciate you for stopping by.
Says, I understand Denson is raw, but could create plays if it's the quarterback run better. I mean, potentially, I doubt it. If they make a quarterback change, I'm 100% confident they're going to give Vizina the run and see what he does. I don't think they feel like Denson is physically ready to play right now. So
we do suck, Preston. That is true. He said, "Wow, y'all suck." That's true. We do. Yep. We absolutely do suck.
We suck as fans, especially. We're
mainly us. Mainly us. It's a little bit about the team, a little bit about the coaches, and a lot about the fans. That's why we suck. Jason Smith says, "Why has Dabo not giving post-game presser yet?" I don't know. That's a little strange. He's probably throwing stuff in the locker room right now.
Probably.
I wouldn't want to come out and talk to the media if I was him either. He said some wild things last week.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are at 1-3. I wouldn't want to come out and talk either. I ain't gonna lie. I would not. Or firing someone. He might be doing that too, Adam. He might be firing somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a first, him cleaning house in the middle of 3 games into a season. 4, I can't even do math. 4 games into a season. Ooh. Yeah. A couple plays from 4-0. What drugs you on? I don't know. Ask the head coach. I didn't say it.
Yeah, we're just we're making light. If you didn't catch the sarcasm, we're making light of what Dabo says.
Don't. That's too big of a word for Billy.
My bad.
Let's keep it.
He could probably Google it and figure it out. They got definitions.
I'm kidding, Billy. We still love you.
We still love
Like Mike, another one of our channel members. Thank you. He says, sorry for a repost of comment, everyone. Still can't believe Peter Woods had more rush attempts today than Gideon. Didn't even really think about that. That didn't even cross my mind. That's
Gideon Davison, Keith Adams, and Easy E combined. FYI.
I remember the one. But honestly, I didn't have a problem when they did it, and they didn't go to it again in other short and one situations. So like they were willing to, like, for the first time I've ever, like in the history of Garrett Riley being the offensive coordinator, they saw a play that worked and they ran it again when they ran the toss to Adam Randall.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that with the heavy package.
They didn't go back to the heavy package. Instead, on 3rd and short and 4th and short, we threw the ball twice and completed one of them.
Sick.
Great choices. Great choices. Way to go. Bunch of dang idiots.
Court says, do y'all think Kate is a problem? Do we?
Yeah. He is one.
He's one problem. He's not the problem.
He's not the only problem. But he is a problem.
Not in a pretty big one, but he's not the problem.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems, but yeah, he's
lots of problems.
He's towards the top of the problem list. If you were going to make one. He said, "Have fun in the patty mayonnaise."
Yeah, I was just reading that one. I mean, I appreciate you think that this team is going to a bowl game. I mean, that's
some high expectations, Steven.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can meet that. I mean, that's we can't make a bowl game. I mean, that's it's winning is hard. Best is the standard, but this team's best is. I don't know if this team's best is making a bowl game.
So Steve's pretty high on Clemson. He said they're gonna rattle off some wins here soon. And
I'd kill to see Dabo dunked in mayo right now.
That's funny. I appreciate that comment. It's funny.
This show's gone off the rails, but we're coping as best as we can right now. Y'all, I know y'all see it.
I think we should make the Pop-Tart Bowl game. Well, they were at Clemson today, apparently. I heard
they're probably
Pop-Tart Bowl people were on site and handing out Pop-Tarts.
Dude. I mean, they were probably there they were probably more impressed with Syracuse. They're like, okay. I mean,
well, we came here for Clemson, but
the Pop-Tart Bowl. I mean, the Pop-Tart Bowl is the best bowl game, not playoff bowl game for the ACC. So, that's very high. Making the Pop-Tart Bowl would be a miracle.
But that's what I'm saying. They probably showed up for Clemson and then was like, oh, never mind. Let's go over here to Syracuse.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to them.
Dylan says Kirk picked Clemson to win by more than 17 today. Yeah, Kirk. I didn't. I mean, I don't know what anybody was seeing that was picking Clemson to win by to cover the spread. Let alone, I mean, like this team is not capable of beating any Power 4 team by multiple scores. Not right now. Nope. Not. I'm not picking them to do it another time this year. Just flat out not doing it. I'm scared to even pick them to win games now, but I'll probably do it again because I'm a sucker for punishment. But I'm not picking this team to win by double digits against anybody. Hell, even when UNC looks terrible. Maybe
I might not pick them to win another game until they do.
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest.
Let's just out of defiance. Let's pick Clemson to lose every game because obviously then we can't be disappointed.
Yeah, might just start picking them to lose every game. Maybe then they'll actually win something.
Yeah.
John comes in and says, Dabo again saying it's 100% on him and taking all responsibility. I'm not sure what that means anymore. I don't think any of us know what that means.
No.
You know what the thing is he said it so many times, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
it starts meaningless.
I'm gonna just tweet out no context. It starts with me. That's what I'm.
It starts with me. It starts with me.
It starts with me, man. Because it's lip service. I mean, effectively, I know he hates losing. Like, so I'm not like here to question that the sincerity of it, but like it effectively is lip service because nothing changes when he says it. So you're like, okay. I mean, I can only hear that so many times before it's like, it's as thoughtless as like just saying bless you when somebody sneezes. Like, I'm not you when I say, like, when most people say bless you, like they're not like actively like praying to God to bless them. It's just it's a thing you say.
It's something you say, yeah.
Yeah. So like I mean, that's what it feels like. It's just it's a necessary like courtesy statement, but it doesn't actually have any true meaning. That's what it feels like.
John says Dabo says something like, "I've got me." I hope he didn't say that. You.
Now I'm scared. Okay,
I gotta go watch this interview.
Somebody calling a wellness check on Dabo, seriously, because
look here.
That's I've never heard him say something like that.
That's wild if he said that.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got another super chat here. JT Brown, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you supporting the show. Said toilet bowl bound. Maybe. Might be no bowl game bound.
I can't wait.
John Sarian is our John Blau.
John is on top of things. He really is. I mean, that's my guy right there.
He's always getting it out first, man. He's on it,
giving us updates because we don't usually take time to take in the post game, festivities before we hop on here.
Yeah, no, we don't. We just hop right on and get it started.
All right, let's do a couple more and then get on out of here. We'll have more to say about this on Tuesday, of course. I mean, we'll have plenty of time because this is a bye week next week, right? I'm not tripping.
Yes, bye week.
Yeah, so Clemson doesn't have an opponent until October 4th when they travel to Keenan Memorial Stadium to take on the Fighting Bill Belichick. So,
oh God, please don't lose to them. Here's a semi-serious question: can we win the bye week?
I'm gonna have to sit on that one and get back to you later. And knowing this team's trends, the recent trends coming off of bye weeks,
we are not good.
No,
we're about to go play who?
The Fighting Bill Belichick. The Fighting Jordan Tysons, whatever her name is.
Jordan Tysons. Oh man, I hope their defense doesn't make us look foolish.
Yeah, the word hope is doing a lot of heavy lifting right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh man.
All right. Yeah, Bob says we've come out flat after our bye weeks recently. Yeah, it's been a trend for about 5 years at this point.
Yes. It has become far too common.
Yeah. Adam, with a BYOG or sell, he says we get a transfer quarterback in the portal or ride with Vizina.
Ride with Vizina.
If I'm placing bets, I'm resigned to the fact that that's going to be the.
They're not going to do any. Again, I'll believe it when I see it. North Carolina's losing to UCF right now, 9-27.
Means absolutely nothing
They'll
for 2 weeks.
Probably put up 40 points against us.
Is Gio Lopez starting or Max?
I don't even know. UCF's on offense, so I don't know.
Game. UNC can lose this game 56-7. Means nothing for 2 weeks from now. We saw the same Syracuse team in a struggle, fight and claw to beat UConn. So I mean, and then they made you look like the G5 team. So I mean, that's
yes, they did. Yes, they did.
The transitive property. Georgia Tech's in a struggle game with Temple. Yeah, surprise.
Yeah,
this team sucks. I mean, there's it's not even
because it's probably better competition than they had last week.
Yeah, right. This team is bad. I mean, and so it's just that's the reality. I mean, we said this after Georgia Tech, but this, I mean, for anybody that was still kind of hanging on to the fact, like, okay, maybe they still have it in them to, like, maybe they just had a really unfortunate 3 weeks. No, this team is just not good. They are bad.
Yeah.
They are bad at a lot of things too. Mm-hmm. It's not even just like one thing that's consistently hampering them. They are bad at almost everything except punting.
I'll tell you what, though. It's a good thing we got a bye week because you are they need to go sit down and take a break and figure out what the hell they're going to do for the rest of the year because good Lord. Wow. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Shout out Jack Smith. Yes, Justin.
Yeah, shout out Jack Smith.
That's got to be like we just got to say shout out Jack Smith at the end of every show because that's all we got. And no blocked field goals. Yeah,
no blocked field goals this year. Yeah, that's hey. Shout out Jack Smith. Shout out field goal protection.
But we didn't even get to see it today because we spiked the football. We get a big run from Adam Randall. In a big time moment.
What was that whole sequence?
Spike the football, and the whole team goes to the sideline like they called a timeout, and then they burn the timeout anyway.
Like, that was the dumbest sequence of clock management ever. Why'd they go to the sideline? Like the play clock wasn't running. Whatever. It don't matter. We wouldn't have won anyway.
And then you're God bless Bryant Wesco, but man, he's played largely so well this season, but the drops he has had are critical. Like, I mean,
he drops them at the worst possible times when he does drop them.
He makes the first touchdown of the game makes an incredible catch. I mean, that was a underthrown ball from Cade, and he just goes up and mosses a defender, and then on a simple quick out, I don't know. He just didn't look it in. You got to secure that, man. You're not trying to turn up field and score. So I mean, there's not really. I don't know, man. Let me chill. Of all the players on the offense to nitpick, Bryant Wesco.
He don't deserve that.
Right.
He's playing better than a lot of them other bums right now.
Yeah. Porch asked, how did y'all feel about Antonio Williams? He looked hurt. I expected. It was pretty clear that they rushed him back because they knew this was a critical game to win. Obviously, didn't end up mattering. Still lost the game, but he's not healthy. It's just very clear when he made a couple of big catches. a couple of first down catches. But
he's out there doing his best.
He's trying.
He's giving it all he's got, but he's clearly still hurt.
Yeah.
That hamstring is still lingering.
Yeah, I mean, his explosiveness is pretty limited, and Cade threw him some horrendous footballs.
Cade likes throwing one or two hospital balls a game. And he threw him one today too.
Yeah, and then he overcooked him on a couple of in breaking routes, and then he didn't see him on one on the key fourth down, on one of the key fourth downs in the fourth quarter. So but I think we've exhausted just about everything about this game. I mean, we didn't even really dig into the play-by-play because, I mean, at this point, like going into the stats and all that, it seems like a moot point with this team because the stats are just they're gonna tell you a pretty horrific looking story. I mean, if like at a glance, like total yards, you had 500 yards. If you had told me that Clemson would have 500 yards of offense yesterday, I would have said, "Oh my goodness, thank God." I mean,
we figured it out.
We figured we have an offense. I mean, things are you put up 500 yards of offense and score 21 points. That's pretty bad. You turned the ball over on downs 3 times. You had a fumble and an interception. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then the onside kick after Syracuse's first touchdown drive, that was essentially a turnover because you guys are retreating. I mean, credit to Syracuse. I mean, you're not really expecting that, but at the end of the day, I mean, you got to have IQ and you got to make sure that the kick is actually you got to be able to watch the ball and make sure the kick has actually been launched and not what they did. But
they cheated. They cheated and they got for it.
Yeah.
He left early, and that's what happens.
And that's probably something they've been doing. That's been probably something that they noticed on tape.
Yeah.
Because that tends to be because when you make, I mean, it was like Syracuse probably wanted to steal a possession too. Like, I mean, it was great that they probably wanted to steal a possession, but they clearly saw something in our, on our return team.
That must be something that we consistently do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, why do you call that in that situation?
Right.
You knew Clemson was going to do that.
Yeah.
And you knew if you executed it right, you would get an extra possession. And they did. They were right.
Yeah. Like Mike Colgate scored more points than us today against Syracuse. All right. Yep. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I can't take much more because the more stats I read, the more like sick I'm going to feel. Seriously, thank you guys for joining us. This is probably the largest show we've done in terms of like total viewers. So I mean I mean, of course, always going to do better on a loss and with a program as high profile as Clemson. That tends to be the case. But seriously, thank you guys for joining us. All of you that tuned in, that liked, commented. We greatly appreciate it. Consider sticking around. Like I said earlier in the show, me and TPC do go live every Tuesday for the All In show at 8 p.m. So y'all join us over there, and we'll rant and rave some more for you guys and talk about what the rest of the season entails because I don't think any of us know what's going to happen, but we're in it together.
Absolutely.
At least as Clemson fans, we're in it together. So you can come. We can all have a pity party for each other. But again, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you on Tuesday.
All right, guys. Hope to see you there Tuesday, 8 p.m. All In show. Until then, I'm TPC. He's Jordan Bowman. Go Tigers.
Later, y'all.